everybody, this is John for MTG Nexus coming at you with a quick deck tech of a slightly different variant of Burn. Quite frankly, playing Boros lately has been a bit of a grind, so I decided to bring out a blast from the past and just screw with things. Previously there was a Burn content creator named Bossideon who used to do more active content. I know he's still active in the Burn Discord, however he recently hasn't been doing videos for the last 6 months or so, as many content creators have stepped aside. But he used to be a huge believer in Klothys, God of Destiny, in Burn decks. And then I decided to have a little bit of fun with some Klothys. I was going, well, as we're going Gruul, let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? So I just decided to go full ham on the sideboard. Sideboard is a joke. Main deck is kind of serious, but still, So, we're playing Gruul. Gotta have a Tarkus command. It's kind of one of the reasons to play a Gruul if you're going to go with the Gruul colors. And then, beyond that, we're playing D-Rev, we're playing Klothys. We got the full Gruul package here, the reason you would go green in your Burn deck. As far as the rest of the sideboard, decided to go a little bit of a prison element. If you're going to play a little bit longer game with Klothys, you might want to lock your opponent's creatures out from attacking you, place them in Staring Bridges, And since we're already not going to have access to Lurrus because both of the mana base and because we're playing Klothys in some of our post-board games, figure if we're going to play a long grinding game and our opponent's going to be targeting a lot of our stuff, Leyline of Combustion might also be a reasonable choice. This is a card that, if it's in your opening hand, you can put it into play. Every time they target you or a creature you control, they take 2 damage. So it kind of fits with a little bit of a longer, grindier, prison-themed deck for Burn. So, do I think this version is good? Do I think this is the correct version to play? Absolutely not, but I decided after getting my butt whooped in the last several leagues I've played that I'm just going to have some fun. And then, we're doing a little bit of mana. We have 1 Sacred Foundry in the main deck. We have, obviously, some big canyons because we're running Burn and you want to run some Canopy lands anyway. So, we have a couple Path to Exiles just as an out to some creature decks. So, that said, let's get into some matches and let the chaos reign of this Gruul Burn deck. Alright, we're here for match number 1 with Gruul Burn. Obviously, we can't keep his hand. Basically, a whole bunch of 2-drops and a 1-lander. His hand's much more interesting. Opponent did not reveal a companion, so choices are really Searing Blaze and a Tarkus command. I think given a creature-heavy hand, I probably want to go for the higher upside of a Tarkus command, though you could also argue that Eidolon of the Great Revel is another card that possibly should be pushed back. I think in the absence of something like companion, I hope for the higher upside hand, although it could certainly be correct to kind of split the difference and keep Searing Blaze. Queue times have been extremely long tonight for some reason. Not quite sure why that was. Excruciatingly slow to start out with. So we are up against Belcher, so we have a good play game 1. Could die before we even untap. So attack for 5, skewer them down to 8. Play a Tarkus command. Tarka's command could put them to 1, but not quite dead. If we would have drawn another land, we would have had a chance. 2, 4, 9, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, no matter what we do, we're kind of Echo L here. I guess we'll let them do their thing. Like I said, we could have put them to 1. I do want to see like their deck has anything special going on with it. Just the normal stuff. So Belcher, huh? D-Rav's in, Blazes out, pretty much. Path doesn't do much. Klothys obviously too slow, and Staring Bridge does nothing. Leyline, Leyline's okay-ish, I suppose. I don't think it's better than anything else in our deck, so we'll just click submit. Belcher's, this matchup would probably be a little bit better if we had access to D-Palm, but his hand isn't super exciting, but if they go for the play they did last game, it might work out. So at least if they have Leyline, we also have an out with our D-Rev in hand. We could die as early as next turn if they have the right hand. Wouldn't mind drawing a 3rd land here. Alright, that's not terrible, I suppose. Hold up, opponent might play around D-Palm here, potentially. Alright, well, that was fun. Alright, we're back for match number 2. Unfortunately, we're on the draw against the Lurrus deck. This hand's okay, but a little bit weak in terms of creature interaction. Hopefully we don't get hit with a turn 1 Ragavan, which is, I guess, moderately possible. We lead on Goblin Guide here. Good chance it just dies, but, like we're likely up against, up against some style of control deck. So probably Snapcasters and such. Not the typical prismatic ending. Put the opponent to 12 here. That may very well steal our Monastery Swift Spear here, which wouldn't surprise me. Mountain here. So it's Esper Thing in the Ice. Esper Thang. Alright. Feels like a Klothys-y matchup. I can find Esper Thing. Inspiring Spazite. Blossoming Calms, huh? Really only some number of things in the ices. Probably not worth bringing Empath over. Klothys, go down 3 Searing Blaze. Targeted stuff does their deck have? Might actually bring these guys in. They have discard spells. Maybe Leyline isn't quite as good here. I guess it is quite keepable, so it probably has a Fatal Push. It's really hard with, you know, Leyline. It's just like, well, I had almost the god draw in this game in terms of interaction, so let's pass turn, give them nothing else to counter. Okay. Opponent's deck's mana efficiency is kind of absurd. Have yet another counterspell? Third counterspell. Nope, Drown the Lock. Alright, well, downside of this build is the fact that there is no 4 damage spell in the deck. So there's no... Like, obviously there's a combination of cards that allows us to win the game next turn if our opponent goes stupid for some reason, but you know, the fact that they're going to get to play Luris here and hold up counter magic means the game's probably... Okay, I mean... Alright, we're going to try this, although I don't think it's going to succeed. Alright, moving on. Those of you that don't know, that game was over. I mean, we could continue trying to play, hoping to get a little bit lucky, but that game... don't really see anything I would want to change on the draw, so... Or on the play, I mean. This game isn't super exciting, but at least it's playable. It's really kind of hard to say how reliable creatures would be in this matchup anyway, so Blossoming Calm is a card that we kind of have to be aware of here. Or not, apparently. Why wouldn't you have played this? Very, very tilting. I mean, bravo to our opponent the way they played it. You know, they blanked 2 spells, 3 spells with 1. Frustrating right now with Burn. Alright, we're back for match number 3 after an unfortunate series of control-based events. Seems fine. I'm sure that I wasn't playing against our first round opponent. I'll be paired up against Belcher and keeping subpar hand. That's what we mean. We could still get paired against Belcher here, but who knows. Irrigated Farmland. Daylight come and we pass the turn. Hey yo, I sing to you. Don't know what we play against. Got the counter spell. I'm about to get Mana Tithe. Alrighty then. So, budget control perhaps? Not particularly sure what's going on over there. Don't know that we're winning this game. Oh, what is going on? So, main deck Blessed Alliance. Opponent has a Gideon. You almost can't make these leagues up lately. Like the rest of the league that I didn't show on the last video, we finished 2-3. I played a league with Rhinos that went 2-3 off camera. There's just been some really weird vibes with some streams lately, so. Counter spell. I swear if I get hit by another Blessed Alliance. I don't even know if our opponent has anything that targets in their deck. I guess we bring in the one Leyline. Like, I don't know. This league has just been... It's been something. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can we get one game where Klothys can shine? Maybe? We're paired against looks like to be budget blue-eye control, and we're still possibly going to get dumpstered by main deck Blessed Alliances. Yes, I'd love to play first. Seems really reasonable. Maybe we'll even get a win. It shows us mana. So one of the downsides of budget, quote-unquote, blue-white control is the fact that they have to play Mana Leak because the mana isn't quite good enough. Oh, come on! This isn't even right. I don't know anymore. This isn't even fair. Oh, lordy, lordy. Opponent revealed Sunset Revelry if you're not actually watching the video and you're just kind of listening. It's like, this video could be titled A Series of Unfortunate Events. Alright, let's move to combat. Give me another trial. The double block, +1. Land next turn. That way if they go Gideon, we could potentially kill them. Plains, show us Jace Balaran, double block, double block. Nice. And I swear we better not get blown out by Spell Pierce. So far our opponent has shown us 2 Blessed Alliances in the first game, 2 Sunset Revelries in the second game. What's next? Settle the Wreckage, possibly? Is that one I'm supposed to be reading here? Oh, so they are playing Counterspell too. Escalated Blessed Alliance. So, problem here is if our opponent goes Gideon and has an island, or actually any land, we're in trouble. Yeah? So that was Blessed Alliance, Hold Up. What I've seen so far, I'm definitely not playing around. Force of Negation. This is our freaking game. Here's hoping game 3 goes well. Opponent, billion life gain spells. You know, it wasn't until I've been watching more of Spike's stream that I've realized just how absolutely broken Blossoming Calm is against Burn. Like, I knew it was a good card. I literally thought it was just like, gave you hexproof for that turn. It's like, no, until your next turn, which, you know, that's fair. So I shocked in there to play around Blossoming Calm there, because now our opponent can't gain life off of Blossoming Calm, and they can only gain life off of Blessed Alliance here. I swear after all this and I see a Chalice on one, I'm not going to be a very happy camper. I think our opponent just realized that they can't play whatchamacallit and gain any life here. We just pass. Well, we attack and pass. Blessed Alliance, sack a creature. We have Skull Cracks here. Gideon does whatever a Gideon does. Are you Wow. So we've seen Blessed Alliance, Sunset Revelry, Core Firewalker. I don't know that we can beat that, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, each of these cards in our hands effectively a shock, so the card in my hand is basically a shock right now, so hopefully we draw another land next turn. Alright, so what could we realistically do here? Okay, time to pack it in. We can't beat all that. Alright, we're back for match number 4. One has a companion. Most likely Lyris, I suppose. Yeah, seems decent. Been a league. I guess the one thing this league does illustrate, obviously, is how much life gain totally wrecks Burn. Not that anybody didn't know that already, but, you know, one of the advantages of playing a deck like Prowess is Prowess could power through a lot of the life gain when life gain was kind of the default way to attack the format. But with Ragavan and those decks kind of being a much larger presence than, you know, Prowess and them used to be, you know, it's very hard to attack the aggressive decks with life gain. So just the fact that we've coincidentally gotten hit by certain to bite on a block here. Here they would, but never hurts to try, I suppose. Okay. We take those, I guess. On to the last match. We are back for match number 5. Warlock of the Coast. Keep, unfortunately, more tenable. I guess. We will guide you. Oh, Burn there. No Lyris out of Burn is interesting. MTGO's got one god of their own. Wing and reveals an Eidolon. Eidolon, bro. Meant to attack there, but it is what it is. That was a misplay. Oh, it should be at 16. Searing Blaze, yo. Suspend a Rifter Bolt. Okay. The 10 here. Going to presume they're going on, yeah. So we know we're getting Seer just dead. This isn't a Lightning Helix. They're just dead. Alright, cool. Alright. Bolt to the face. Minimum, we want these 6 cards. Path to Exile, 4 Eidolon, and go down Skullcrack, I guess. The rest of the deck seems particularly functional. Actually, it might be incorrect to take Skullcrack out of the deck with Core Firewalker or Sanctifier and Vec possibly coming in. Though Sanctifier ironically makes Klothys worse. So the reason why I'm talking about Skullcrack is Skullcrack in conjunction with one of your creatures can potentially kill a protection from a creature if they block with it. So there is some consideration to actually leave in Skullcrack in these situations, but I do think overall, other than those corner case scenarios, that it is worse than a Tarka's Command and worse than one of the other burn spells that can target creatures. This hand's terrible, but we're gonna roll with it. By terrible, I mean it's completely vulnerable to creatures. Alright, 3... Oh, Stays Abroad. They might have Helix there, which is fine. We're literally just doing this to feed. Alright, Spike's a good card. What a weird, wonderful, wild, wacky league. Alright, we're here for the wrap-up. All joking aside, that league was definitely the best of times. It was the worst of times. We got Belchered. We got Blossoming Calm. We got Blessed Alliance, Sunset Revelry, Core Firewalker into oblivion matches 2 and match 3. Match 4, Zoo has a rough matchup against any type of burn variant. The damaging mana base versus what Burn's game strategy is, pretty solid overall. And then match number 5, our poor Burn Mirror opponent ran into all of our comedic tech. Leyline Combustion, pretty rough in the Burn Mirror. Klothys, pretty rough in the Burn Mirror, especially if they're not packing. Sanctifier and Vex to kind of nuke the graveyards for Klothys to not have anything to get. Overall, how do I feel about this build? I honestly think the 8 Skullcracks weren't terrible with what we faced, but the timing is a little bit difficult to manage. As far as the 2 aggro decks, I feel like that'd be much more closer to what you'd expect from the meta overall. You know, things like Hammer Time can get around ensnaring version stuff, so there's no guarantee, especially if they have the instant equip rather than the Paladin. So I'm not saying this version is superior to regular Boros in any way, and the results are fairly similar. There's a lot of lopsided matchups for Burn right now. Had a couple opponents that were well prepared for Burn. That's the one thing I will say about Spike's build, which that Esper control or the Esper thing in the ice control deck was. He generally respects Burn and prepares for it, at least according to a fair. Whereas our third, the budget blue-white control player, was over-prepared for red decks, and we kind of suffered the result. As far as this league, it was meant to be a joke. You know, I know I still got a little bit frustrated there. It's kind of hard to navigate through all that hate. And then round 4 and 5 kind of balance the scales a little bit. So, you know, I hope you took this league with a grain of salt. I know I tried to. I was trying to have a little bit of fun because the grind has been real lately with some of these leagues, so I just wanted to do something a little bit off the cuff. Play a little bit of something different, and I think we accomplished that tonight. So, comedy factor, 4 out of 5. Deck goodness, probably like a 2 out of 5. So, you know, gotta try something different on occasion. Hope to see you for the next league, and we'll see you for the other videos coming up. We got some more editorial-esque stuff coming up with, you know, what are the hardest decks to play in Modern, and then some burn tip videos coming up. So, got some stuff in the pipeline, got some research to do for those videos. So, hopefully, if you like that kind of content, if you like red-based content, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's it. Hope to see you for the next video.